Let's begin with a quiet truth about leadership. It's not just about what you do, it's about when you do it. Timing matters. And one of the most difficult, but essential, leadership instincts to develop is knowing when to step in and when to step back. Because if you step in too soon, you risk becoming the bottleneck, the fixer, the micromanager. But if you step back too far, you risk becoming disconnected, silent when your team needs guidance the most. It's a dance. And the best leaders? They learn the rhythm over time. First, step in when clarity is missing. Leadership doesn't mean doing all the talking. But in moments of confusion, when the goal gets foggy, when roles feel blurred, the leader must bring the room back into focus. Think of it like this. When your team is in the middle of a foggy road, they don't need the map, they need the headlights. According to Gallup, only 50% of employees say they strongly understand what's expected of them. That's half the team potentially operating on assumptions. So stepping in isn't interference, it's alignment. It's the moment when the leader says, here's the priority. Let's get back to center, do it early. Do it clearly. Then let them take it from there. Second, step back to build ownership. This one challenges many leaders, especially the high achievers. When you're used to solving problems, it feels unnatural to let someone else take the wheel, especially if you know the answer. But here's the paradox. If leaders always jump in, their teams never level up. Harvard Business Review found that empowering leaders, those who delegate authority, not just tasks, see a 31% boost in team engagement and a 16% improvement in performance. So what does stepping back look like? It's resisting the urge to just fix it. It's letting someone else run the meeting. It's sitting quietly while they figure it out, even if it's a little messy. And it's trusting that the long-term payoff of growth is worth the short-term discomfort of imperfection. Third, step in when values are at risk. Let's be very clear here. Values violations are never a wait and see moment. When behavior contradicts your team's principles, disrespect, blame shifting, cutting corners, silence isn't neutrality. It's permission. Schrems' 2021 study revealed that 53% of employees say their workplace tolerates violations of stated values. The cost? Trust erodes. Culture decays. Leaders must step in with courage and clarity. Not with shame, but with standards. This isn't who we are. This isn't how we show up. You don't have to make a speech. You just have to speak. Fourth, step back when the team is ready. There comes a moment where the best thing a leader can do is disappear strategically. When someone's shown capability, when they've earned the runway, give them space. Don't reword their slide. Don't interrupt their client pitch. Don't offer feedback mid-sentence. Google's Project Aristotle found that psychological safety, the belief that people can take risks without being punished, was the #1 factor in high-performing teams. And nothing builds that faster than a leader who steps back and says, "You've got this." Fifth, step in during crisis. Step out during recovery. Leadership presence matters most when things fall apart. When there's an outage, a failure, a breakdown, leaders should be visible. Composed. Present. Not to take over, but to steady the team. Reassure. Realign. Make decisions. Be the calm in the chaos. But once the situation is stable, step back again. Let the team own the debrief. Let them shape the recovery. Let them decide how to improve. A 2020 MIT Sloan study showed that teams were 22% more resilient when leaders were present during the crisis, but 41% more innovative when leaders gave space during recovery. The message is clear. Presence during breakdowns. Trust during rebuilds. So, when do you step in? When clarity is missing. When values are at risk. When the team is lost, not because they're incapable, but because the path is blurry. And when do you step back? When they're ready to grow. When your voice would drown theirs. When learning matters more than speed. Because leadership isn't about doing more. It's about showing up when it matters most. Thank you for tuning in to the Lead Lab. If you're learning how to lead with timing, how to be both the guide and the gate opener, you're walking the real path of leadership. Not perfect. Not always clear. But thoughtful. Intentional. Strategic. If this episode spoke to you, share it with a fellow leader learning to balance presence and empowerment. And subscribe if you haven't already, because leadership isn't just about stepping in. It's also about knowing when to step aside.